Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to Card Making Fundamentals. Today is our last lesson of the month, guys. There's one more Friday in the month, but we're not going to have a project for that Friday. But this is, I hope you are having fun. I am so excited that I get to share with you Card Making Fundamentals and that we get to create together. And I'm hoping you like my projects. This is lesson number 4. And we are going to go ahead and go over the supplies that we need. We're definitely going to need our foam tape from our previous cards. You're going to need your cocoa ink, or any color of brown ink would work fabulous. You're going to need your jewel tool. You're going to need some glue, definitely glue. You're going to need your tape runner. You're also going to definitely need your scissors and your jewels. We can't forget those. And I think basically we are going to do some stamping. So you'll need a smaller stamping block and of course your stamp set. Okay? With that, we are going to put our card aside and we are going to do some stamping. So keep your ink, your block, and your stamp and put the rest of your stuff aside here. We are going to need to open up our kit. Let's grab lesson kit number 4. Open this up here. Lesson kit number 4 has your embellishment pack, and then it has your pattern papers. You're going to look for your white cardstock. Now guys, if you don't want to use this one, you can use the scrap pieces from your previous cards to do your stamping. That's just an option, and you may have threw it out or not, but you don't have to use this one. You can save it for future projects actually with your nuts for you stamp. But I'm going to go ahead and take our let's go by with what our kit has. So I'm going to take our cardstock. We're going to grab our leaf, and then we're going to ink this up with our brown ink and stamp. We just need 2 of these. So we'll stamp 2. I'm going to go ahead and grab a baby wipe, and we're going to use that to wipe off our stamp here. We'll put that back so I don't lose it. Okay. I'm going to scoot this above here. We're going to zoom in. You need your colored pencils too. I guess I didn't mention that. Let's grab our colored pencils. For this, we're going to need our orange and our brown. Those are the only 2 colors that we need. If they're dull, you guys can sharpen them, but I think they would work better when they're dull. We're just going to color our leaves in, one of them with brown. And I did this with the other leaves that we created with. We created a gradient, darkening up the bottom. That's what I'm going to do with this leaf. I'm going to go ahead and intensify the color by adding more pressure to my pencil on the very bottom. Now, if you have problems with your wrists, you can actually dab this in some water and it would do the same thing, but it would just glide over, guys. You should try it. It just glides to create that gradient. But that's leaf number 1. Kind of blend them out a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing with our orange pencil. Just go ahead and color in orange. Since our leaves are rounded, sometimes it's nice to do little rounded, circular little motions. So there's our orange. We're going to add a darker gradient by adding a little bit more pressure just on the bottom. Okay, our leaves are done. Let's go ahead and put these back. We're going to use our scissors and fussy cut out our leaves. I like to separate them. And I do leave a little bit of a white border. Now, this is our last lesson kit for the month. Next month it will be um, a brand new class. In fact, the class is already for sale, guys. If you want to check it out, it's over on my blog, and you can purchase the lesson kits and check out the intro to see what we're making for next month. Can you believe next month? Well, next month it's going to be November. Oh my goodness. Thanksgiving. Usually every year around Thanksgiving week, when we had the bakery, we went on a cruise. I loved it. I didn't have to cook. Sometimes you get tired of cooking, but now it seems like that's all I've been doing here is cooking. So I just wanted to break, but okay, there's our leaves. We're going to zoom back out. Now we are going to go ahead, grab our card base and our pattern papers. This is card base number 1. We're going to go ahead and add adhesive to our card base. This is going to leave just a little bit of a border on our card base. Make sure it's centered. Okay. Next we have our rust color paper that has the notebook edge. We're going to take our pattern paper here, add adhesive to the top and the bottom, and then this is going to go a little bit towards the top of our notebook edge. Okay, we're not going to adhere this down yet because we can actually trim this though. Trim off the excess. You want to make sure that it's the width of your card base. So we can do that now. There we go. That's good to go. Now next, we're going to take our grid paper and we're going to adhere that to our brown paper. Our brown cardstock actually. Yeah, we're going to actually crisscross them. So crisscross them so it looks like this, guys. Okay. After we have this adhered, we're going to go ahead and place this on our card base. We want this to be this wonky this way. You want to make sure that the bottom one is not straight up and down. So the bottom one should be a little bit wonky too. And then we're going to take our notebook border, add adhesive behind it, and this is going to go towards the bottom. Just kind of line it up and tack it down, guys, like this. So it's already adhered. I like to do this because it's one shot with foam adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and add foam adhesive right now. Let's take our foam tape roll and add adhesive. We're going to go all along the bottom edge here. Let me grab my scissors. Add a little piece here. We'll go one on the top. Okay. Let's press that down really good, and then we're going to remove the release paper and go ahead and add this. That one tore. Okay, this is going to go back on our card base. It's just going to basically line up the edges here. Flatten it. Okay, now we're going to open up our embellishment bag and then Now I know you guys probably thinking, why you sure are using a lot of plastic. I have a lot of these leftover bags because I used to store cookies in. So when I had the bakery, I would bake cookies and store them in these little bags. They'd actually be about that big. So, and I order them bulk. So I don't want them to go to waste. So I'm using these for embellishments. Okay, so if that's just in case you guys are wondering why I'm using so much, but that's why. Eventually when I run out of those, I will. Oh, I have 2 of these. You only need 1. Eventually when I run out, I'll start using paper. I prefer paper anyway. Okay, we're going to adhere our gratitude circle to our corrugated circle. Now you want to make sure your corrugated lines are vertical. Okay, and so your corrugated lines are vertical, and then your gratitude is horizontal. Just center it. Okay, then we can go ahead and add our circle. This is going to go in the middle of our card base, guys. So let's go ahead and add adhesive here and put this in the middle, almost like a belt buckle. We're going to go ahead and add some glue behind our fall. Just add some little dots. I'm excited to share the Christmas, the November kit with you guys because it's going to be Christmas themed, which would be really nice. So that's a little sneak. And we're going to adhere our fall right in the center. Okay, now we have some twine. I like to loop it on the bottom, and then we're going to actually thread it through our paper clip. So I love these paper clips. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they're like rusty, and I love the way that looks. So they're not quite gold, definitely not gold. They're more like a brassy, rusty paper clip, kind of vintage. Okay, once you thread your paper clip, you can go ahead and add your paper clip to, I'm going to use the big end. When you use your paper clip, there's a small end, the small one, and there's the big one. You can put the small on top or the big on top. I'm going to put the big on top. And you're going to slide it under there. You might have to move your foam adhesive behind here, guys. So, or tuck it underneath. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tie my bow. How do you guys like real time versus me editing? Sometimes I know we just want to get to our cards and create, but I like classrooms because we can take our time. And again, I think you guys can leave comments down below, and I would be happy to answer any comments or questions. And that's it. That's our bow. Now we have our little leaf embellishments. We're going to flip these around. I'm going to add some foam adhesive. I'm actually, let's glue these together first. I think I want the brown on top since the card is almost brown. We'll put the brown on the bottom. Let's add a little adhesive to the orange leaf. We're going to add the bottom of the leaf stem, connect them both so they're kind of, so it looks like this. Okay, and then we're going to add adhesive. We're not actually going to use foam tape. I thought we'd pop it up, but let's not do that. So let's add adhesive behind here. And we'll tuck these underneath the paper clip as if the paper clip is holding them together. And I like them to go a little bit. There we go. I think that looks really fun. Now let's add a few gems. We're going to have a few left over, guys. And I do want to get those small ones. I really like the small ones. because they just, the sparkle that they add. I'm going to add some glue. Let's add, we'll go 3 here, and then we'll go 1 and 2 here. We'll use our jewel picker. One, slightly smaller, it was the largest one, slightly smaller, and then we'll go a tiny one here. And then here we'll take a medium size, add that, and then we'll take a small one and add that, just for a little extra sparkle. Okay, so that is good to go. Next, well, that finishes that card, but I did not forget this time because we have one more envelope left over. So we're going to grab our envelope and our pattern paper. And again, those, if you just want to add a little adhesive to seal the back of your envelopes, that's what I put those in there. Kind of was afterthought, and I just started punching with my circle punch. Okay, this is going to go here, add a little in the middle, and we'll go ahead and add this just below the lick and stick area, kind of centering it. And you also want the corners to go underneath the back side of the envelope, guys. It just looks nicer that way. So you can see here, it's just barely back there. But that finishes this one. Oh, I didn't wipe my desk off here. Okay. Last time I got ink on my envelope because I didn't wipe my desk. But that finishes this card. Now, of course, you guys can mix and match however the envelopes that you want, but I'm going to grab the other cards here. So we have, let's start off with lesson number 2, lesson number 1. So we have lesson number 1 envelope. Let's zoom back out here. Sorry, I got a little crooked. Okay, lesson number 1. I put them back in the bags just for... So here's our 4 cards. We're going to go 1, 2. We'll take these out of the bag. That's 2. So we have lesson 1, lesson 1, lesson 2. That's lesson 4. And then we have lesson 3. Let's zoom up a little bit. And our cards. So you guys can actually mix and match your projects. Like this one would go really good with this. This one, of course, would go good with this. This one, I would say, definitely go good with this. And then this one would go good with this. So those are your 4 envelopes that we created. And you guys got a few little goodies left over. Of course, you have your stamp set. Let's put this back here. You have your pencil case, your stamp set. You have some gems. You also have a little bit of foam adhesive, and then you have your little seals. So you have a little take-home. That's what my purpose was of the class, that you have a little bit of take-home stuff after we finish all of our projects. But I hope you enjoyed the fall happiness lesson classroom. Thank you so much for joining me for my card making fundamentals. I'm having a blast with this. Next month will be next month is actually already for sale again, and then it will be Christmas themed, which will be really nice, I think, because Christmas cards are so much fun. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'd love to hear your comments on the kits. And I'd love for you to post your projects on Instagram and then tag me at Cards and Coffee Time. This way I can see your projects. I would really love to see it. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day.